We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. Today we have a Sun and Saturn conjunction that we're going to talk about. Both are meeting up in Pisces, and I think this is so important as this week brings a huge karmic clearing energy. We're in eclipse week, and we're already feeling that blood moon eclipse that we're going to be having. And this is really important because this is like a Virgo full moon. We're going to be feeling this full moon times 10, as it is also total lunar eclipse. Now, this is important too. Okay, so I was seeing that we're going to have 2 blood moons this year, and that these are like literally the same energy but inverted. So our first one, that's right now, that's this week, and this is happening on the 14th, and this is our Virgo full moon. And the reason why this is so important is because our south node is in Virgo, our north node is in Pisces, and in September we're going to have that second blood moon, which is in Pisces. So these are literally touching the nodes in such a powerful way. So I feel that this first blood moon eclipse, because it's the first of the 2, right, is so important for helping us to clear karma. And then later on in the year, in September, this is helping us to align with our destiny in a really big way, that these 2 blood moon eclipses are playing out. And that kind of sets the tone for the entire year of what we are doing. We are trying to heal from our past so that we can align with our soul path and purpose and soul mission and even our destiny. And so these are like huge destined alignments that are playing out. So this week's eclipse is really important for helping you to furtherly heal your karma. And I want to talk about that concept of karma today because it's coming up big time as we have this Virgo South Node alignment with our Virgo full moon. But it's all about what we need to heal in certain karmic patterns. Now, karma gets a bad rap, we know that. Even though it kind of holds things in order, this is going to be, I describe it like a he. He gives you your life lessons and everything that you will go through. This is meant to help you to heal and overcome things. So we have a big emphasis on letting go of and releasing any karmic debt. Now, this could be things that you still have owed out that are playing out in different areas of your life, such as deeper cycles and patterns, or these could just be things that you need to let go of and release and heal within yourself. When we deal with the South Node, it is all about our past baggage, and that's like everything happening with the ascension on planet Earth during this time. And this is such an important concept for twin flame and what you're here doing too. So we have a big focus on letting go of the energetic and karmic baggage. Expect a huge karmic clearing happening this week then specifically too, but this could be pushing things to the surface. And I want you to remember that your twin flame is also, I call them your ascension, come here kitty, your ascension partner or buddy, right? They're here to give you what you need to ascend on many different levels. So whatever's happening within your own, we'll say personal twin flame dynamic, is here to help you with what you're working through or healing on a deeper level. It just kind of depends. They very much act as a mirror soul for you, but sometimes a karmic mirror for you, depending on what is coming up, what you're working through, or even the situation kind of coming here. So we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine first, just to see what is going on. I wanted to come outside. I'm hoping we're doing spring vibes, right? This month brings the spring equinox, which brings a really big energy. So this month it brings a lot of intense energy, but you want to be tapping into it. You can do so much with it, whether you're just healing things, manifesting things, whatever it is. The frequencies go really high all month. They're high now. We can see that in many different ways. So we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine. Remember, this week brings a lot of karmic undertones, which can accelerate things and speed things up. When we deal with eclipses, there can be endings and beginnings, things happening right now. I think that this eclipse is a lot about how you're showing up for yourself, how you're taking care of yourself, and even surrendering to the divine flow of the universe. Saturn also deals with divine timing, which is a very important theme for twin flames too. And we'll say that surrender energy Okay, so reading for the Divine Feminine. Remember, this is just a general collective reading. I always encourage you guys to do those 101 reading options through my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. You can do them if you want clarity on where you're at, you're needing a shift, or you just want to know something about your connection. Now, I'm an energy healer. I'm an energy worker. I have a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on my website. Energy healing is a must as we're working towards our ascension or even on the twin flame journey, because it triggers a lot very, very fast. So I have so many amazing healings on my website. I also do relationship and twin flame coaching on my website, helping you with no matter where you're at in the process, helping you to navigate things. If you're needing me, just go ahead and book me on my website. I'm working with today's energies specifically too, right? So it can actually help us. Saturn can help us to heal relationship blocks, money blocks, right? In areas we may feel stuck, or we might be facing any type of blocks or obstacles, or just needing overall healing, karmic wounds of our past. These themes are coming up big time this week. So if you're needing healing in these areas, check out my website. I know I have activations up for today. I have tons of eclipse stuff up too. So you definitely want to be utilizing these energies. They can help us to align with our highest timeline that we can be on. And of course, raise our frequency and help heal overall issues. So let's start with the reading for the Divine Feminine. Just to start, Divine Feminine Collective. What's going on for the Divine Feminine Collective? Divine Masculine, if you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. I feel like I abandoned you and myself when we broke up. I want to reconcile. This isn't for everyone, but oftentimes you work through certain stages, and the separation stage is huge, and it's also crucial for healing issues. Now, not all twin flames go into the separation stage, but usually if you go in the separation stage, this can indicate healing needing to be done. Wounds have come up, or certain things have been triggered that need to be dealt with. Most twin flames do go through the stage. And this is huge. And people ask, well, why, when they're looking for deeper meaning, or how, I always say how the universe works in certain ways. It's all about healing, spiritual growth, and getting right in your energy individually. And so this is really important, because oftentimes it forces both of you to have to sit and reflect on yourself and to do your own inner work, or to do that work by yourself. It just kind of depends. Now, this isn't always like a straight shot. Some of you guys are navigating, even in union, spaces where you're together a ton or where you're apart. And this is huge, because oftentimes, and this is why we're talking about Saturn energy, the reason why is because you're each navigating your own individual path, as well as a path that is shared together, a shared destiny. So oftentimes you have your own individual lessons, and it's like, but you also have this shared destiny with your twin flame. It just kind of depends. Regardless of your situation, oftentimes abandonment wounds are being triggered through the connection at a point, because there's something that wasn't resolved, usually from childhood or previous experiences or past traumas. And sometimes when we have past traumas and we haven't healed them as much as we think, we can act out of, like, I call them trauma responses and things like that. So oftentimes twin flame comes into your life to help you on your spiritual awakening or your ascension path. They can trigger certain things. So this card goes back to inner child healing and things like that. Our relationship was different and special. Other people don't understand it. A lot of times people are not going to understand you when you're going through, I said, spiritual awakening. And which is sad but true, right? You might be going through a spiritual awakening, you're working on your ascension. I remember that happening for me when I began to wake up and ask people questions around me, right? Anyways, jokes aside, so not everyone may understand your soul's unique spiritual journey, or where you're at in your own process when it comes to spiritual awakening or ascension, and especially on the twin flame journey, because let's face it, not everyone has mastered union and things like that. And I was writing on my page yesterday, we have to navigate a lot of different connections on our journey, and they all serve a purpose. We are learning how to navigate karmic connections, soulmate connections, and for some twin flame union connections and things like that. So sometimes we have different types of connections that can come into our life. And it just kind of depends on how these connections will play out, because chances are you've played many roles for many people across the span of your lifetime, and vice versa, right? So oftentimes it is through these connections that are very important. I was saying to my own twin flame this morning that humans are very wired up for human connection, okay? This is how we learn. This is how we learn. This is how we heal duality, polarity, come together, right? Kind of meeting in the middle. Twin flames very much need to meet in the middle. I am seeing, because I work with so many twin flames, some of the common issues that I see with triggering is like really the ego wanting things a certain way. It's like twin flame isn't doing that, or vice versa. Or you guys could be, I say programmed, but wired up very differently, or you're both carrying wounds and they haven't been dealt with. Just kind of surrendering and going with the flow will help. And also working through your own triggers and things that come up, because otherwise it can be a triggering energy for the other person. The more you have healed, the better you can handle this connection and how it will unfold. And we know that. And your twin flame on their side of things too. Now, both twin flames are in this together and doing the work. You guys are literally ascension buddies, I called it, ascension partners. Your souls are literally part of the same essence, but also you're meant to ascend together and to come together to ascend. This is why I anticipate that in the next couple of years, as much more of the planet has a spiritual awakening, many of you will find this person, and we're in a huge karmic clearing on the planet, right? Because a lot of times spiritual awakening entails doing this deep work, confronting aspects of ourselves, maybe dark night of the soul, having some type of trauma or epiphany, near-death experiences. So yes, the planet's a little messy during this time, but understand that everyone has their own soul's journey, and it's very important that at the point when you met your twin flame, that you see, or you meet them, that you're in this together now. You're learning together. It doesn't matter if you're in union, you're navigating separation apart. Once you have met, you begin to activate a certain sequence of events. Okay, so twin flames meet. Usually you guys know it pretty fast. You know, this is your person, but it's like, most of the time there's more karmic baggage and patterns and energies and things that get triggered to the surface to have to deal with and sort through. Okay, this is where the healing comes up. Everyone should be healing anyway. Sometimes people like give twin flame a bad rap when they're actually just helping you to do your same ascension work you would be doing anyways. I know, showing you things about yourself or areas you may need healing or need to work on yourself generally. So it's the same work regardless. So this is a good thing, because the more that you work on your own spiritual transformation and your ascension, the more they will reflect that work you have done back to you, and the smoother of a time that you'll have anyways. This is all pointing you towards healing and working on yourself. And so the more that you can do that while staying energetically balanced and really working on doing things to shift out of old karmic patterns that are no longer serving you, that's what this eclipse is all about. Eclipsing out of your life negative habits, bad karmic patterns. Sometimes you're just getting to that level of awareness to know that. It's all about becoming that best version of yourself right now, and showing up as that person that you want to be. So it's all about continuing, and this is what Saturn helps us with over the bigger course of our lifetime. All of your lessons have one thing in common in your life plan or life purpose, is just to become that better version of yourself. Okay, so the more that you're working towards that and just working on your spiritual awakening, doing things that are really good for your energy healing, meditation, working on yourself, looking at yourself and letting go of bad habits, this will help you. I want to hold you again. I need to feel your body next to mine. If you are apart, you're both feeling that and wanting that physical union. Our love was too intense for me to handle. I needed to break away. So anyone having a little bit of alone time, especially with the eclipse, eclipses bring heavy emotional energy. Oftentimes they can trigger things. It just depends. If you find you're, maybe craving a little bit more alone time, you can communicate with that with your twin flame, and it really helps. That's something me and my twin flame have learned how to communicate that better. The more you communicate that, like, hey, here's what's going on with me, right? Then you have a smoother connection. You don't leave the other side guessing and things like that. And I know that we're all navigating a lot. And I mean, even if you're just needing a little bit of solitude right now, Divine Feminine, or my favorite, maybe you've ended up in a little space of solitude. The universe might think you just needed a minute. And this is all about higher frequencies and recalibrating as to why, okay? So if you find you're in a space, you've been spending a little bit more time by yourself, either, I don't want to say forced, but, pushed by the universe, or you're just craving. Sometimes maybe things get a little intense and you just need a minute or some downtime or whatever it is. Make sure with that Virgo full moon, even though I keep saying blood moon eclipse everywhere, with this blood moon eclipse, It's all about actually your day-to-day and how you're taking care of yourself and how you're taking care of your energy and really, really fueling your energy in the right way. We just had months of like energy recalibration with Mars retrograde in Cancer. Mars is still in Cancer, having us take a look at our energy and how we're managing it and things like that. So with this Virgo moon, it's all about healing and how we're taking care of ourselves and the day-to-day of how we're spending our time. Now, I've brought chakra cards. I haven't done these for a while, but they are my favorite. If you guys know me, you know healing the chakras is my thing. Like, okay, working on healing your chakras. They are literally like, they can get gunked up and things like that. We're always absorbing energy. We feel it, right? And so we're picking up energies and things like that. And usually through our chakras, we could have traumas that block up our chakras, blocks, wounds, you know, energies we pick up, whatever it is. So I wanted to bring a couple of chakra cards just to say for each side what to be working on. Divine Feminine, you need to work on your sacral chakra. And this is just, this is your energy center and things like that. So as we are healing karmic blocks, we should be flowing better in areas of love, money, things like that. So Saturn is meant to help us to heal limitations and blocks. And so sometimes when we're working through our karmic path or our karmic destiny, our life lessons and things like that, it's actually meant to help us to heal some of these areas. So you're being guided to continue to heal your sacral chakra and your own energy. Saturn also rules boundaries. And like I said, we have this powerful Saturn energy today kicking off the week, but we also have a Saturn opposition with this blood moon eclipse, and Saturn energy is real strong this week. Okay, we have certain energies coming through, and doesn't surprise me with the South Node kind of aligning too. So you want to work on your third eye chakra, and this is clearing the negative thoughts. Literally, they are wreaking havoc on your life. I say they can be manifesting, you're experiencing, you're literally walking through your mind and soul and your actual path, and so you're really just taking a trip through your own subconscious and your own soul on a deeper level. So the more that we declutter, weed your garden, declutter our mind of the negativities, this is where we start to see, I say reap, the best results and the most positive results in life. But we've all had a lot of negative programming and negative thoughts about self and other people or whatever it is, right? So we're human, and that can be normal, especially in these fear states. So we want to purge out, and this is what this eclipse is for. We want to become more aware of our own fear-based patterns and negative thought patterns and get rid of them. And so this is where the healing comes into. This is why I do the work with you guys one-on-one, to help you guys to better see your own patterns and to break out of them too. If you guys need help with that, you know, that's why I recommend doing that work with me. But heart chakra too. So a lot of third eye chakra work. Pay attention to your thoughts and heart chakra work. You are healing old karmic wounds. Some of these run deep into previous lifetimes, childhood, previous connections and things like that. So just make sure you're being mindful of that. Make sure you're taking care of your physical body right now. And we have this other card too. We have two of them. So nurture your physical body. And so it doesn't surprise me because you're being guided to really take care of yourself. This could be like how you're spending your time, who you're spending your time with, and how you're really nourishing your body. So we are literally spirit made physical, like for this experience. But we are also releasing and purging out a lot of dense lower energies as we're going through this awakening ascension process. Even if you think like your neighbor is super asleep, they're still living on Earth during this time and being affected by the planetary energies in a positive way. And so we have a lot happening because when we're receiving so much high frequency energy, a lot of the negative rises up and we have to deal with it internally within ourselves. So we're purging out a lot of lower frequency energies fast. This is why it's very important that you're taking better care of yourself, eating better foods, doing things to nourish your mind, body, and soul, we'll say, right? And things like that. So take care of yourself. It's just so important, whether you're needing extra rest, alone time we talked about, or whatever it is, and really honoring and taking care of and nourishing your physical body during this time, especially during eclipse season, because you're gonna notice the planet gets a little crazy and intense eclipse week and things like that, as old timelines are closing out and shifting and people are being recalibrated or redirected into their highest, hopefully destined timeline. So it can get a little crazy, okay? Take care of yourself. Solitude. Some of you guys are being guided to spend more time by yourself because that's how you sit with your thoughts and pay attention to your thoughts. And if you're always being bombarded by external stimuli like hanging out too much with your twin flame all the time. Sometimes you're not able to be in that space. If you find you're in spaces of solitude, this is part of spiritual awakening, so that you can really, really put your energy and your time into yourself. And then this is like finding your mission kind of energy. The best way to align with your twin flame is to really get your own energies aligned. And this could be tapping into your soul mission, helping the planet. It creates a lot of positive buzz, positive energy, really doing things that nourish your mind, body, and soul, as we talked about, and to bring a lot of light and good energy into your own life. This is really, really good for your twin flame connection too, because they're always going to mirror back your energy state. So you're feeling a little low, your cup's a little empty and drained up. That's not going to feel good being around, right? And having it, not only being around yourself like that, but having it mirrored back can be quite intense. So the thing is, the trick is, and it's not a trick, it's just how you want to be living in alignment, is to get into alignment, do things that are really recharging your energy, fueling you up, refilling your cup, and feeling really, really good. So that when you're in that mirroring effect that your twin flame brings into your life, it feels good. Getting your own energy reflected back. And if there's a lack, or, it's all dried up, it's not feeling very good. So you want to be in your highest alignment anyways. Your twin flame, I said, is meant to help you with your ascension process. So they're actually here to show you ways you might not be in alignment, or you might be out of alignment, but also here to help you to do the work so you can be in your highest alignment or your highest frequency. Time to quiet your ego mind. This is the biggest block. Now, I see this too. Some of you guys have a lot of programming. Like, this is not to pick, because we're doing reading for the women first. So you might think all men are like this, all men are like that. And then your twin flame begins to show up just like that. So it comes down to programming and how you've been wired up, whether, how you see things, how you perceive things. And this has such a big impact on the universe and how it shows up for you in your reality, in your life, and even in your relationship. So sometimes you're having to, what I help you guys with, reprogram and recalibrate, and to get rid of and heal certain negative beliefs and things that might be affecting your life and how you attract things and who you attract and how you perceive things and things like that. So you're being guided to heal and clear out old ego programming not serving you. This could be negative beliefs, how you're seeing your twin flame, or how you're just seeing things in life. Okay, healing your inner child. This is my imagination energy. We are in Pisces season, so we're deep in the escapism, avoidism, addiction, coming up loud and clear if these are things you need to work on. I've thought about this morning. The antidote to this is staying more grounded and present. Okay, so we have this full moon, which is in Virgo, which is supposed to be a very grounding energy, but we're in Pisces season, which is literally, I say, call it the Delulu, right? The psychic, mystical, spiritual. But it is helping us to cleanse. I know this full moon is all about cleansing and what we need to let go of: old habits, patterns, south node stuff, karma, all this stuff, right? And it's going to be like this year-long process, as we talked about, these two blood moons. So we talked 2 eclipses now, but in September we have that second blood moon. So it's really from here to there. Okay, so this will carry on these themes, this Virgo South node, what we need to heal from our past, and of course our Pisces North node. It's like our compass into the spiritual. Okay, and I feel it's very interesting. We have these Virgo and Pisces energies playing out now, right now, for this eclipse in Pisces season, and later on while we're in Virgo season, Pisces full moon. So, or Pisces moon. So right now we're focused on what we need to let go of. It's not everyone around you. It's things within ourselves that we need to change. This is like the true basis of spirituality. So if I'm like, not to be picking, but we're letting go of control for Virgo. It's like control freak perfectionism energy, right? Letting go of trying to control anything outside of ourselves. So as someone who's on this path to enlightenment, I realize I can't always control everything outside of myself, people, external forces, the universe, and things like that. Now, of course, with manifestation, we're trying to bend the universe to our will, and we're learning how to through manifestation and doing that positive work and things like that. However, I have learned that I need to not always be changing my surroundings and people. I need to change myself for the results of how to change the results I'm getting in my life. So we continue to And this is what Twin Flame is powerful for, helping you to look within and reflect and to see yourself on a deeper level. Now, some people, we have this awareness, maybe some not so much. Your Twin Flame is a literal mirror to you, like literal mirror. Like it's happening with you, it's going to happen with them next, vice versa. It's a mirror. And so oftentimes, a lot of times we get into the lower 3D of victimhood, blaming, pointing at the Twin Flame, when really they are showing us areas that we need to work on ourselves. And so they might be showing us our own shadow aspects, things we need to heal, maybe things we need to work on. So they are showing you something in this, as I call it, a mirroring effect. Now with Venus retrograde, that mirroring gets a lot stronger right now. And this is very helpful though in coming together. So it's different for everyone as to the Twin Flame journey and what it might be bringing up. This is a powerful time for Twin Flames. So one of the benefits of this blood moon eclipse is it can really get us on our highest timeline with our Twin Flame. And so it's almost like you can't always jump from like point A to point Z, we'll say, and that you make these gradual energy shifts. That's why I do the work with you guys. Like if you're needing a shift, you're needing something changed, you're wanting to heal something, always check out the Twin Flame healings I have, because they'll help up level you. So this eclipse is amazing for energy shifts and to get on our, I call it the highest timeline we can be on at that time. So like if everything is going pretty terrible in our life, we're probably not going to jump right to the results. So it's why these little things you're doing to heal things with your Twin Flame, to get along and to keep things in union, are very important with your Twin Flame. I think we've learned a lot of that from the karmic lessons of our past, like when things didn't go great, they weren't great for us. And when you can really heal and stay in a beautiful union with your Twin Flame, it is so rewarding too. And so it's all about how you're treating this person, how you're getting along, and staying in this beautiful, lasting, harmonious union with this person too. Now, these eclipse energies are here to help you. I was making a joke to my Twin Flame last night, like, look at the design of this universe. Look at the intelligent design of this universe. It is not chance. It's not random. Nothing is. Even the energies that we're going to go through as we're talking about and things like that. So this is an energy gateway. This is an energy portal into your destiny, and your Twin Flame is your destiny. Now, oftentimes we have all of these fears, concerns, and worries from previous relationships because they were not meant to work out. Karmics are meant to be a karmic lesson and nothing more. But with your Twin Flame, this is the real deal. This is no longer practice. You can look at the karmics of your past as practice lessons you needed to learn to do the real thing, okay? This is no longer a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal with your Twin Flame, and it's very, very important to your spiritual path, your awakening, and even your destiny during this time. There might be things that come up that need to be healed depending on how much trauma, karma, or baggage you're still holding on to. It just depends. So we have this new beginning energy, and this is things opening up. This is manifesting your dream life. I talk to people about manifesting the dream life that you desire. And once again, maybe not always an overnight process, something you work towards, and you begin to do that work and you begin to see amazing results through manifestation. Though this is my coin pentacle card, like good news for also abundance. And as you're clearing and doing this karmic work in your life and healing karma and balancing things within, because it's always within ourselves, then amazing things start to open up and you'll start to flow more. You'll start to heal things. You'll start to have less challenges and more good things coming around. And we heal all that negative karma, and the good karma rewards come out of it, right? And good things. And so it's all about that. And so this is like maybe new beginning or new energy coming into your love life and into your relationship, because some of you guys have been giving up too soon, not putting in the work, putting in a lot of hard work without the results. Maybe your plan's not going according to plan, and maybe lack of growth. So, and this is a block right here. And so that's my ego card. When you get really in the ego, it's like, I'm done, I'm not getting anywhere. It's all the negative thinking. It's literally gets triggered at times, and it is like, woe is me, the negativity you got to deal with. And so without being triggered, you wouldn't be able to do that. I call it ego work, right? It's not funny. And so sometimes life may trigger you, okay? It is showing you areas you just simply need to heal or overcome more or to work on. You are not doing this alone. I always remind you, you have so much support. It's why I show up as much as I can, right? Like I am here. I'm always here through my website. And if you just need a call, you need some support, you need a healing, you need a shift, I'm always around. I always remind you guys that, or I wouldn't come to do the videos if I wasn't just trying to connect and remind you. You have a lot of support around you. Get help, get support if you need it. Okay, Two of Wands, fearing change and the unknown. And so this is like somehow you might feel a little bit stuck or fear coming up. And that's exactly what might be coming up this eclipse to let go of. The fear of not being good enough. So Virgo, full moon is shining a light on all of the ways you may feel not ready, not worthy, or not lovable, okay? It's the insecurity coming up. So with this Virgo full moon, amazing chance to get that out the door and to let go of it. It's all the ways you need to open up to this love and to allow it to heal you. So all the ways you need to let go of, we'll say, blocks and open up to this connection. We're going to do a reading for the Divine Masculine now, just to see what is going on. Divine Masculine side. And like I said, this month brings the equinox. It's very high energy. It is powerful energy too for your healing journey. And really good energy for what you're manifesting. Sorry, my cat is in the way. It's very hard. Like, I have cards everywhere, the cat. All right, so I've brought my magical assistant. So we're going to do a reading for the Divine Masculine side. What is going on for the Divine Masculine side? And Divine Feminine, if you're watching, direct messages from your masculine. Our beliefs are just too different. I couldn't reconcile mine to yours. You guys are literally the yin to the yang. It's literally like you might, like if you have a really strong program belief, your twin flame might have even grown up with a different side of things. like this is literally, you are one at the core, but because of your different lifetimes and things like that and incarnations, you've probably been programmed and wired up a little bit different due to your previous experiences and things like that. Sometimes your twin flame is here to actually trigger you, not on purpose, but some of these triggers are subconscious and very deep, and they might even hold an opposite polarity to help you out of some of your really, really programmed, rigid beliefs and things like that. They're actually here to help you out of the matrix. They're here to help you with your spiritual awakening in some type of way. Just depends on what is coming up and what you're working through. Now, our belief system, we talk about ego, and sometimes we're needing to open up and, you know, kind of meet I say the universe and your twin flame halfway. So if you're like really, really, you know, stuck on something or something happening a certain way, something playing out a certain way, sometimes the universe doesn't work like this. It just kind of depends. This is opening up and staying open-minded and allowing things to flow or unfold as they should. This is my surrender. You're surrendering the ego and allowing things to play out as they should. So this is eclipse season, and I was kind of joking, but I'm serious. When I'm tapping in, I'm just gonna get out of the way, like the universe's way, right? I'm just gonna, this eclipse for me, this eclipse season, we could say the whole thing, but even this week, I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow and chill a little bit. And this is where things come up, they don't go as planned, all right. You got to just surrender. Don't get in the universe's way this week. Like I saw, like someone saying it. Do not get in the universe's way. Just surrender, go with the flow, see where it's taking you. It's a little bit like a river and you're on the raft. And I know you want to stop over here at the destination. Just keep going. See where this flow of this energy, this cosmic energy takes you. Eclipses are a time to reflect. They are, for the masculine especially right now, a cosmic reboot of the energies. It's a little bit like turning the light switch on and off, but we're talking about your energy, like a reset. Expect a reset, right? And oh my God, so we're getting ready. I know I'm in America right now, so we're getting ready for, we did the clock switch, right? We did the clock of an hour forward. So some of you guys might be getting used to that, like you're recalibrating, a reboot, right? So we're getting kind of doing a reboot on the energy level. And it can feel a little bit like a reset when the actual eclipse goes off. So you might be going through a little bit of a recalibration or a reset right now. My memories of you haunt me and keep me thinking about what could have been. So you're clearly thinking about this person a lot. I see you in the face of strangers. You're always with me. This could be like if you're a really social person and you're out, you literally think about this person all the time. They are in your head. Like, make sure it's in a good way. You are thinking about this divine feminine all of the time. Like, you could be hanging out with friends or out in public and you see little things that remind you of this person. It could be like the girl at the shop or something like that. So you're definitely thinking about this, but you're also confused about what you should do about this situation or your feelings for this person. There might be some layer of confusion happening right now. Just depends why. It could be your own thoughts or things happening or as they're unfolding and not expecting them to go that way, or things going unexpected. This is like spiritual awakening energy where things turn out a little different than we thought. Just kind of depends. Now we're going to do some chakra cards for the divine masculine. We have root, third eye, and throat chakra. Okay, so we have the root chakra. This is literally base chakra. You might be healing. We're talking about unloading old karma right here, the root chakra. We are doing a lot of ancestral family line healing, inner child healing, especially the divine masculine and things as we are awakening. We can call it shedding. We're clearing many different layers that are blocking our true self and who we are. This is what the trauma does, right? It blocks our light. It blocks us from being our authentic selves. So this is all about clearing old layers of energy, root chakra work, grounding, nature, working on your base chakra, and letting go of fear and unloading any karmic baggage will help. Third eye, the mind, staying open. We've had a lot of cards about that. This could be opening to learning new things, or just staying open with the universe to where it's trying to take you. This is a huge time with that Virgo South Node for the whole planet of clearing our baggage from the past so that we can shift into and align with our North Node, the Pisces, our spiritual awakening and where it's taking us. We stepped into such a mess karmically as starseeds and light workers in this planet, but we've come so far and we're healing so fast, and we are literally evolving the entire human race through this spiritual awakening and working on ourselves. And so sometimes you're like, why am I doing all of this work? To heal yourselves, you're helping the planet in such a deep way, and this is exactly what Twin Flames signed up for. So when I see some Twin Flames where you guys might be in the throes of dark night of the soul, going through a spiritual awakening, having all this healing trauma come up, maybe navigating a hard separation and not understanding the process and being triggered immensely. And I wrote books about this. I don't know why. I didn't see what was coming either for me, and I wrote it all down, and maybe it'll help other people to understand this stuff. And so this can be very intense. It can trigger everything, your deepest fears, insecurities, trauma, old trauma. And I see that happening collectively as this process is unfolding and happening. And we're going through so much healing so fast. And you might not always understand the process, but it's all about healing and getting you to heal. And then it's so rewarding once you do heal, but there's many layers that can come up to the healing, and that even ways that your life might be inadvertently triggering this healing, especially on the Twin Flame journey, because Twin Flames agreed to come unload the ancestral baggage, the karma, and to raise your frequency to come into these unions. And your Twin Flame is here to motivate you to do the work you were already doing anyways. They're just like the icing on the cake, right? But you were already supposed to be doing this work anyways. They're your little reminder that you're not alone and that they are your incentive to help you to do this work. They are your motivation with these unions too, where they're meant to be. And these unions are powerful. They help the planet in so many ways. Okay, so we have the throat chakra. This is truth and communication. So really working on your throat chakra. You might need to better, we talked about communicating your needs. Okay, so working on being more open. I've seen that huge with the divine masculine this week, where you guys are suddenly saying things that you didn't have the nerve to say for a while. It could be things that are going on with you in your life and where you're at, and things you're struggling with. This is called vulnerability. Or it could be things about the connection that you've been holding back and just not saying, which when you hold back things, it could create misunderstanding and confusion on the divine feminine side. You guys are getting open. It could be sharing what you want. I've seen the masculines go through such a journey to figure out what you want with this union and where you want it to go and the future you want to be living. And you guys are getting clear out of this, okay? Throat chakra work. This leads to greater relationship healing and harmony. Your twin flame might be challenging. We have loved your challenges, but you're meant to heal these challenges, blocks, limitations, and to clear these things. So it's like you might be kind of doing good and another layer might come up as you're both working through things individually on a spiritual level. So it's also about being understanding of whatever you're going through, compassion for yourself, but also your twin flame, and being more understanding because they're also working through things. This leads to greater relationship harmony. You and your twin flame are here to heal the relationship blocks and the wounds and the pain that you might have been through in the past through your previous connections with each other too. So just remember that. So connecting with your spiritual ancestors, this will help you during this time. This could be your spirit guides, your ancestors, your loved ones on the other side. It just kind of depends. All right, you are healing old shame and things like that. This is once again for Divine Masculine, all the ways your family, maybe previous partners and people of your past made you feel not lovable, that you have taken on into your template and into yourself. And these are distortions, we call them, areas you might need to heal. You're going to do this because we are literally in Venus retrograde. It is time to cut out people who are not seeing your value, your worth, or are not treating you good in many areas of your life, okay? And so we see this, that as you are shifting more and more and seeing yourself as this high value masculine, and that this is going to ripple effect. So you're healing any ways that you don't feel good enough, worthy of love, or love in your connection. All right, balance, divine teachers. This is my favorite, and this is my karmic balance card because it's everything we're talking about. like so we see the scales, and then oh my God, they're giving each other luck, the heart and the gift. Good things come out of balancing your karma and healing your karma with your twin flame. There's going to be karmic patterns that are triggered back and forth, or baggage, or whatever it is, or it could be things from your past that you're needing to maybe sort through together too. Because remember, twin flames come together and absorb each other's knowledge and programs and things like that when you're trying to merge together with someone else, right? So it's really, really important that you're open and healed so you can do this more smoothly and things like that. Good things come out of this. This is opening your heart chakra activation. And of course, my favorite, activating more of your spiritual gifts, such as like, you become really telepathic and can tune into your twin flame and things like that. Okay, so we have the Lovers card, but this is in reverse. Some of you guys may be struggling in your relationship. This is meant to be in union, but there might be a block here. And so some of the blocks we talk about, this could be delays, divine timing, situations as they're unfolding. It could be like a separation. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. It could be like you feel like your process is going slow or needing to slow it down. It just kind of depends. There might be some type of block here though in your union or with your union, especially you could say if it's not where you want it to be. Keep working on yourself. It's going to help a ton. Okay, so we have the Empress. This is divine feminine energy, okay? And this is like tapping into the divine feminine, and this is like flowing, listening to your intuition, and really tapping into your emotions. If you've been avoiding your emotions, stuffing them within, this is where the people have the emotional outbursts and get triggered the most, right? This is learning to connect with your emotions in a healthier way. So there's a lot of healthy ways we can learn to deal with our emotions, right? I help you guys with emotional clearing, but you can get outside, you can give into the earth, you need to just sit with them, you need to allow, I don't want to call them the upsets or storms or a lot heavy emotional energy. You have to deal with that. When we don't deal with it, it kind of sits in our energy field and can block us up. A lot of what we are doing with the spiritual awakening is having a lot of old energies come to the surface that we didn't deal with properly in our past because we weren't able to. And now we're in a space of healing, hopefully within your awakening. While we're in this space of ascension and awakening, it's a space of healing your soul. Of whatever it is that comes up, comes through, pay attention to themes in your life right now that are coming up or coming through with this eclipse energy, because it can dredge up or stir up a lot of old emotional energies. This could be like maybe something you're going through now in your life is triggering you, or your twin flame is, or the emotional energies you need to deal with. Just kind of depends. You might just feel really emotionally intense. I had people tell me that that we're in Pisces season and masculine's feeling a little raw. Like, right? Like, oh my God, you might just be extra feeling your emotions. And that's something we have to learn to navigate with the awakening, because that is side effect. It is a byproduct of the ascension that we are feeling our emotions more and more intensely. And this is a good thing when you're having those positive days, but we are human and we are complicated. We are complex. We have complex emotions that we have to learn how to deal with in a healthy way. And we were not taught that in childhood. In fact, you were taught shut down your emotions, numb your emotions, and don't express your emotions. So now we're learning how to, probably for the first time ever, to get more healthy with our emotions. And this is a good thing for our relationships, because we want emotional depth. The more emotional depth, the better it is. You want to connect on a very deep emotional level. And so we don't want to be on that surface level anymore, right? And things like that. So this is like the deepest type of connection that you can have with this person. You can't get any more deep than that, right? So you want to be able to connect in a healthy way. Divine Masculine, if you've been avoiding or switching off your emotions or not dealing with them, they might be surfacing during this eclipse, or you might just be feeling things amplified, okay? This is like a full moon times 10, like, right? It's very, very intense. This is our warm moon. Thank God it takes us out from the winter into the spring too, which is okay. I don't mind that. Like, we go from half the year everything's dying and dreary in the darkness, and this is a good shift. This is the we don't, it's like in between winter and spring, but we know the spring equinox officially kicks off the spring, and that's just right around the corner. So this eclipse is to prepare us in a clearing, in an emotional clearing, and clearing of the blocks, so that we are ready for the equinox. So this is a huge clearing push of karmic energies, old emotions, and things that you need to let go of. So King of Swords, and this is like, some of you guys are a little too logical, needing to get in your heart, or needing to get out of too much emotions that are affecting you, of how you're reacting. So lots of heavy negative emotions, negative responses, and things like that. So this is like maybe needing to clear some stuff and not to let your emotions rule you. So this is part of the heart chakra activation that Twin Flame comes into your life to give you. So all that stuff, all the old wounds that you had come up, that you had to heal and deal with, probably has led to you really opening up your heart chakra and to feel things more deeply, because you were kind of stuffed up or blocked up. And your Twin Flame comes into your life, and through all that triggering of old wounds, letting go of the old wounds and allowing that energy to open up and flow actually helps you to feel things more intensely. And this helps you to shift into this higher state of love, and even divine love, with your Twin Flame. But sometimes we have to go through the healing of the wounds, which can hurt just as bad as when we went through the wounds and things like that. So you're being guided to really, really work on your heart chakra and opening your heart chakra more. Perhaps you are, and you're just feeling things more intensely, and you're learning how to deal with that, learning how to navigate that. And it's meant to be a good thing, as we talk about. But yes, you might be dealing with a little bit of heavy energy as it's eclipse season, or whatever's coming up in your specific situation. Remember, you guys can do those, if you need them, phone calls as often as you need them. And I always recommend you do, if you're dealing with something or you just need some help with that too. Have tons of energy healers on my site too. This is going to help you a lot to continue to work on your energy and leveling up your energy. Remember, if you're healing yourself and leveling up your energy, Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine will meet you there on these higher timelines, as Roy's changing timelines, and you know your Twin Flame goes with you. Okay, we are going to go on that note, but I'm around if you guys do need any healings, activations, clearings, phone calls, Twin Flame coaching. Just book it on my website. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Happy eclipse season, or eclipse week.